Good morning, everybody. This is K. Balakrishna. Welcome back to the session. We are speaking something about a subject called as Principles of Management. In the subject Principles of Management, we have a function called as controlling. In the controlling, what do we do? First, set the standards, measure actuals, compare actuals with the standard, measure deviations, and finally take corrective action. These are the entire steps which are involved in the controlling process. Here, controlling is a process or a mechanism through which the performance can be evaluated, checked, identified, and other aspects will also be performed. In this present class, we will discuss about what are the various controlling techniques which are responsible for increasing the performance of the organizations, and how do the organizations adopt these controlling techniques. And we can, by this class, we also can be easily, by this class, we also can easily identify various techniques that help us in our day-to-day lives to have a better controlling of the system. Now I'll share you the screen. It's okay. Today we'll discuss about one of the topic called as controlling techniques. What are the tools, methods, or techniques to have a better control over the resources in an organization? Resources in the means the material, man, machine, money, and all the resources available for a day-to-day functioning of the organization. The first and the foremost slide speaks about various traditional controlling techniques. In the earlier class, we already have discussed what do you mean by controlling, what are the, what do you mean by controlling, what is the process of controlling, what is the importance of controlling, and many other issues also. In this class, we will discuss what do you mean by various traditional methods of controlling or various traditional techniques of controlling. First and the foremost traditional method of technique of controlling is standard costing. Standard costing is a quantitative tool. It converts the qualitative tools into a quantitative tools and measurable items so that we can compare this with the standards and register whether we are performing or not. Apart from this, we also have financial ratio analysis. Ratio analysis helps us to compare two variables at a time. We can compare revenue with expenditure, we can compare cost with the revenue, we can compare any two aspects at a time so that we have a relative check over the performance of any particular subsystem in the organization. Next one is your internal audit. Internal audit is a check which helps us to audit the results. Audit the results in the sense it helps us to analyze the internal performance of the organization. There is a special person called as internal auditor is appointed who helps to check the operations of the organization. Next, there is another technique which is called as break-even analysis. The aim of this analysis is to make the organization enter into no profit or no loss zone. That is, it's a situation where the company earns neither profits nor incurs neither losses. Next is statistical control. Statistical control use mathematical techniques, statistical techniques for measuring the effectiveness as well as efficiency of the system and provide a comprehensive outlook through graphs and charts. This helps to summarize the table as well as this helps to give a complete picture over the performance levels. These are the traditional methods adopted by any of the organization, apart from this, there is also another one technique which is called as budgetary control. What do you mean by a budget? A budget includes a financial estimation regarding the revenue and expenditures for the forthcoming year, next coming year. But a budgetary control means whatever the expenses that are planned in the budget are strictly implemented with the help of budgetary control. All the resources all the implementation phases are controlled by using a technique which is called as budgetary control. What are the classification of budgets? We will give a complete classification regarding the budget as we are dealing with the topic which is called as budget and budgetary process. First one is cash budget. It deals with only the monetary terms. It deals with the cash position of the organization. It deals with the cash. It deals with the record of cash inflows and outflows of the organization. Second is capital budget. Capital budget is an estimate which is usually meant for executing the strategic plans, and it is a long-term plan of action, and it estimates the cost for investment, expansion, replacement, etc. These are all long-term funding, long-term expenses for the company. Long-term financial allocations are usually present for these companies through the capital budget. Next one, sales budget. It is the revenues and expenditure for a sales wing of an organization. And there is also a distribution cost budget. It indicates how much amount of money is required to distribute the products to the targeted customers. Apart from this, there is also one thing which is called as production budget. Production budget deals with the revenues and expenditures for the production department in the organization. Next one is production cost budget. It indicates how much amount of resources are consumed for fixing the advertising production, how much amount of production cost is incurred for preparation of the products, for launching the finished products out of a production house. Labor budget, it indicates how much amount of expenditure spent for labor welfare and how much amount of revenues are collected through penalties and suspensions and other things. It's raw material budget. It's the amount of money allocated specifically to purchase the raw material by the purchase department. Overhead budget, it indicates the carrying cost and carrying out of the estimated production during the budget period. Next, there is also one thing which is called as master budget. It is in fact the summary of all the budgets, all different types of budgets accumulated in a particular aspect. What are the essentials of effective budgetary control? What is the essentials of effective budgetary control means? Here we will speak about only one thing, that is there will be quick reporting. What do you mean by quick reporting? Any particular deviation in the budget expenditure is made, immediately the concerned authority is reported. Any deviation is dealt properly and it is handled with the heavy hands. Next, there is also a support of top management. Any budget spending, if an allocation is made in budget, it has to be strictly followed. Any decision taken by the top management will be in accordance to the budget allocations present. If the deviations are low, then the people are rewarded, and if the deviations are high, the people are punished. That is suspended or penalty is imposed. Appropriate authority. The people, there will be some delegation of authority. That is, authority is shared among various levels. In the sense, if the authority which is required to carry out the day-to-day operations is being performed. Next, flexibility. Sometimes what happens is there may be little amount of higher spending than the what is allocated in budget in particular aspects, and little amount of lower spending in the budget when compared to the budget allocations in the other aspects. So budgetary controls stick to one thing: undue wastage is removed, and emergency allocations can also be made. That is, funds can be allocated more for a higher priority area, and funds can be reduced for a lower priority area. What are all the non-budgetary control? We have learned about traditional control techniques completely, and this non-budgetary control technique is also being measured. First and the foremost non-budgetary control technique is statistical data is used, statistical analysis is used for checking the efficiency of each organization. Apart from this, break-even point analysis, that is, no profit, no loss zone is being created, and this helps to identify the unnecessary expenditures and remove them, so that the company at least manages to survive. At least the management survives, so that the management at least survives in a long run. Next one is operational audit. Audit is a financial estimate regarding the revenues and expenses for the forthcoming for the past year. That is, audit examines how the money is spent which is allocated in the budget. The next one is personal observation. The supervisors can coordinate all the activities. They can identify the most expensive areas and try to remove them. They can identify the high cost areas and try to increase them. Remove them. This is the overall analysis regarding the controlling techniques which are used. This is the overall analysis regarding various controlling techniques. We have discussed in detail regarding the traditional controlling techniques which are adopted by many organizations nowadays in order to save their resources, in order to fix them in a comfortable position, and in order to enjoy the undue under wastage of resources. Thank you. If you like the video, you just subscribe the channel so that an uninterrupted supply of material is given to you.